So he's already...
Is it possible that we can
What?
push that out without taking this off? Because it's all the same color, so we don't have to worry about separating for different colors. But if we can push it right exactly right there.
I'd like to have it off because we got this down here I gotta fix. That little bit there.
Alright, then I'll just...
I think you might be able to undo these two bolts. These two bolts here, these two bolts here, and that inner one will pop out, and that should give you more room to wiggle it around, and it should pop out. But he's already been working on this guy. Here, move out of the way, let me show him this. So this is what we're really worried about here. Let's see if you can see that. Kind of can see it. There's a divot there where it looks like a big old rock fell on it, so we want to get this, separate these two, separate those, so I could have this flat and I could hammer that out. But he's spraying up the hubs, or whatever you want to call them. We're gonna have to pull that out. I gotta fix the bucket. There's a couple holes in the bucket. I already showed you guys that. Oh, that's right. Let me run out there and show you this. Okay, should clean the windows off a little bit, but let me show you. In here, we've got the new switch in. This guy here. So we'll give it a start. Radiator off. And now watch it. I hit this. That should. Yeah, you hear it going. And it stays, so there's no air leak on the seat, and the release works. So it was, I think the old switch had an electrical issue, and then we fixed the electrical issue, but we cracked where the little air line goes into it. So we fixed it and then broke it, so, but it's working now with a new switch. We're gonna try to pull that hood off, and then I gotta run and grab, I think, probably two gallons of the yellow, and I gotta get some primer, and I think we should be good with the gray, because we still got probably a half quart of the gray, and we only really need to paint the pillars there, around the window there, and I'm probably gonna end up doing like what those guys did on that one. I'm probably gonna end up painting these fenders, because it's, I don't know, that plastic wear like that I don't like. Yeah, I don't know, he doesn't want to paint it. I kind of don't want to paint it either, but. And then this is our plate I gotta repair or replace or something, or figure out if we could just buy one. What happened? All right, well that's enough yapping for a minute. Let's see if we can get this hood off. All right, we got the hood off. Like I showed you, you unbolt these guys. We needed to use a little penetrating oil to get these to wiggle free, or at least the one did. You unpull them out. These stay in here, and then you pull the hood out a little bit, just so it gets it past that for clearance on both sides, and then you're out. So now we got what, 6 bolts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts each side. Oh, one's not even, yeah, it's not even attached to anything. One's for the gas cylinders. But yeah, we're gonna unbolt these now, and then we'll be able to lay that flat down. So we got the hood all apart there.
You know, I just turned 65 in December.
I grabbed one of these gas struts. The little nubbin broke off here. That's where it sits.
Okay.
But the little nubbin's in there. I can't get it out. I pulled out the little retaining spring guy, squirting it with WD, using little picks to try to fish around there, get all the dirt out, and it's not moving. It's staying in that position. I can't even get it to pivot inside there. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that out. I don't want to buy a whole new gas strut. All right, we've got these little bumps out of here now. Now it's nice and flat. It still needs a good wire wheel and a belt sand on that. But yeah, we just had it set up on some blocks and we're hammering it. Now I gotta get, where is it? Is it this one? There's a little there. And then this one, there's a little there. Get those out, or at least as good as you can get them, really, because it's behind here, so it's kind of a hard spot to hit. I could get down here and get that. I could pop that out probably. Yeah, in the same spot. So what we did is, you know, we took a hammer, put it in some funny spots back there, and smacked it with a sledge. Bent that out a little bit. This is still cooked right here because it's behind this plate. We can't get a good fucking purchase on it. Oh, you didn't even see it. This right here is behind this plate. Can't get a good purchase on it, so we can't hammer it out. But fix this little bit there where it was bent up. Fix there. Yeah, that's about it for this one. Then he just pulled the other one over. I'm about to do the same on that one, so I'll give you a peek of what we're actually doing to fix it. So it's in the same spot. What we're gonna do is lay it down flat. Yeah, it's just a little there. But that's also behind that plate, so we can't really get to it. You only really want to focus on that right there. So we flatten it down.
Oh, you gotta hold it up. You gotta hold it out and move it out off the table.
Yeah. And then we're gonna put a ball peen right in this corner of this plate, and then that's gonna hold push the whole plate down and make it flat. Pretty good. Still a little bit right there on that last line. It's on the outside of the plate, so that'll be an easy one. Yep. Use a brass one on that. We don't need too much. There we go. That's pretty good.
Just sand it and paint it.
Yeah, this one's pretty good now. We're not gonna be able to get that spot there, but I'll fix that with a little bit of Bondo. Okay, so pretty simple. Take a couple minutes, hit it with a hammer, make it look nice. Just pointing this guy out here. Got a battery cutoff. Ooh, it's tight, but it's there. Gonna put some WD in there. Got to use a little bit more, probably loosen it up more, but ain't seen a battery cutoff on the inside of them like that before. But what I'm doing right now is I'm just going and taping up the labels. We're gonna keep taping up the little boot. We're just gonna give us a quick spray so we can put the wheels back on. I don't know. I think I'm gonna paint the cap. I gotta tape this off. Yeah, and then we gotta do the same thing on this side. Tape that. I don't know. I guess I'll probably tape these caps. And then this, where's the other? Right there. Right there at the bottom of the E. It broke off the casting. And I don't think I can weld that back on there because it's casted. So we'll have to figure something out with that. I bet Case wants $160 for one of those. But I'm just gonna keep taping this up and then I'll bring you back here whenever I'm gonna put some paint on it. And this is still stuck. I've been playing with this, fiddling with this, putting more PB in and it's still stuck. So we might have to get a gas strut, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay, got this side all taped up and stick this over here because I still need to do this. Still need to do this side. But I wiped everything down over here, taped everything that's not going to be yellow, and then what I'm going to do here is I'll just have that one of those signs over there. I'll hold it up behind here just so I can just paint this side. We don't want to do this side yet because I still got to get gotta get this out, got to bend these out. But tape that up, tape the little boot, tape all those, tape up front. Oh, you know what? I ought to tape that and put a board in front of this too. Because I can do the counterweight all in one here with this, and then I'll move this. Or you know what? I might even just grab the other one and just set up the other side for it first. But you see what I'm doing. Quick and dirty, simple stuff. Don't need to be perfect. All right, so we've finished off taping up. Well, this one I already showed you. This is taped up. We taped up this side now. We had to get this bolt snapped off in there, so we had to get that out first. Let it cool off a little bit, and now I'm gonna hit it with some paint. All right, so you saw the little paint up here. Hey, watch where your pants are touching, man. Just hit it with yellow after. Cause I got a couple runs. I could see a run there, run right there, a little one there. Little one there, little one there. And I'll hit under here with the spray can rattle cans. And then we're gonna have to pull all those labels off, paint that. Gonna have to tape this up here. Tape that. And then we'll paint all that. It'll be tomorrow. I'll take this off, paint the box, paint under here, and under here, paint the outriggers, paint the back of the box there, and do the arm, load this off. But yeah, it's a lot to do. But take it piece by piece, and you'll get it done. But yeah, I'm gonna have to, not today, because it's already 3:30 and it's like, actually I could make it up there now, but I gotta get 2 gallons of, hey, can you watch where you're touching with that? Gotta get 2 gallons of this. Gotta get 2 gallons of this, and then a gallon of the gray. And then that should be enough paint for us to finish this. And then we ordered logos, labels today. So those will be here Friday, maybe. We might get them in time to put them on, but that means I gotta get all the painting done before they come in. But yeah, just doing a little paint, and we'll pick up tomorrow with more paint. And I gotta paint the wheels. He got the wheels outside. He sprayed them off with the pressure washer. Yeah, just keep chugging along with it. All right, so a little bit before we sign off fully today, we hit this with a grind. Well, not grinder. Where's it at? This guy. It's belt sander. Cleaned her off a little bit. I don't think we even need to do any Bondo there.
See what it looks like after it's primer, then.
Yeah, so he's gonna put some primer on it, and we'll see what it looks like after. All right, we got the primer on there, just for testing. I mean, you could still see the little pock marks from all the rocks banging on it. You can kind of see it a little better over here in the light. But we're gonna try to do maybe 3 or 4 coats of primer, or we'll put 2 more on after this. Then we'll sand this down and then reprime again, and that should get rid of a lot of the shallower marks. There's probably still going to be some of the deeper ones that are in there, but you know, just make it look better. Okay, we are here at the end of the day. I've been running around all over the tri-state getting nonsense stuff for us here, but got some Bondo over there, we got some primer over there. He's already put that to use. I got that, well, we got that this morning. Had to go get paint, gallons of paint. Got some cans of 95 to 2000. Can you see that? Can you see it? 95 to 2000 there. Graphite gray. Also got a can of the KCE gray in case. Got some thinner, some wax and grease remover. These guys, another eraser. Figured out these parts, which actually I need to get this and give this to my dad. So here's our parts we're looking at. So this is our right side, right side. This is over the hydraulic tank. There's our little bracket hydraulic, what is this, 26, right? Come on. 26, cover right hand, loader lift, frame tubing mounted above the hydraulic tank. This is the old number. This is the new number for it. This is what replaces it. $280. Then we've got, this is over the gas tank. Here's our plate right there, which is 29, I believe. Yeah, cover assembly. Left-hand loader lift frame tubing, mounted above fuel reservoir, models with clam bucket not shown. And then also, there's the toolbox, but the toolbox is no longer made. So that's probably going to be on me to either fix it, or we're just going to leave it off entirely. But I'd like to have that toolbox on there, because if I was using the machine, it'd be nice to have a little toolbox to throw your stuff in. We'll see what we do with that. We found these finally. We've got, he had already bondoed and reprimed this guy, and it looks pretty good. Just a little spot right there. Can you see it? Yeah, you can kind of see it. It's a little bit messed up right there, but we'll fix that tomorrow. A little bit right there. But this was all checked up. This whole thing up front here, it all looked like pock marks, all scuffed up. but now it looks nice and smooth. Paint will go down nice and easy on it. Oh, and that was another thing too. I had to get some wax and grease remover instead of using acetone, because acetone kind of pulls off some of the paint too. So wax and grease remover is a little bit easier on your paint. But here's what it looks like today. Yeah, see, I still gotta fix that. That'll be nothing though. And there's another spot on this side right here. Right there, gotta fix that little bitty. But yeah, all the arms are painted. Left the boots off. So these guys are good. And don't worry about these grease fittings. We're gonna replace those anyways. That one there too. Yeah, I figured someone would be bitching about it, because I would do the same. But no, we're gonna replace those. Yeah, so this is where these guys go. These little blockers. It's like to have some plating in front of your hydraulic lines, so they don't get smacked up or nothing. Yeah, but since it's already the end of the day, and he was over here grinding. Oh, and the case guy was very nice. He gave me a new hat, even though last week he gave me a hat. We spent too much money there, so least they could do is give us a couple hats. But he's grinding up the wheels. Again, I think we're leaving these. I think we're gonna keep these ones on. Those are new already. They replaced those last year, and they put maybe, I think he said maybe 20 hours or something on them over the year for these two. I'd like to replace the rear ones if we're gonna do all this. But yeah, so we've got, we're gonna have to pull this down, strip that, paint that, probably gonna have to take the bucket off. I'd like to take the bucket off, because I'm gonna have to flip it over to get, yeah, can you see it from under here? Yeah. You see that hole right there? Because I'm gonna have to plate that up there, and then I'm gonna have to plate 2 spots in here, but on the upside of the bucket. But your wear bars are all right. We need a new cutting edge. He put some Bondo on this because it was checked up too. Still got to go back and that's gonna need a couple sands. Might need some Bondo there. Get that nice and smooth. This is him working on this. He put a little Bondo up here at that spot we hammered out. Still needs a little bit right here, a little bit right here, a little bit right there. Yeah. But it's already the end of the day. Just a quick update, because I've been running around store to store, so it's kind of boring. There's nothing really to show. Yeah, we'll pick up tomorrow. All right, we're gonna, what? That little shear.
Yeah.
That we got off that.
You just gotta make sure, get used to look.
Piggy tails. All right, so he cut out, you can see there, he cut out the piece down here on the bottom. That's this right here. It's all rusted out. I just had these little clips there for bolts to go in, or to, that's what that was for, right? Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is give a couple tacks and then bead down it. Should be simple. And then he decided we're not going to spend the money on these. We're just going to cut these out and put a piece of metal in there, replace that.
Save $500.
Yeah, save $500. And then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do with that. I want to fix it. I gotta go find one of those little accordion hinges or whatever it's called, because it's piano hinge. Piano hinge, yeah. Accordion hinge, same thing. Fix that, and then I gotta cut
the bottom out and replace that with a plate. Put these holes in there to bolt it up. But we're gonna get to this right now. Let me set you guys up on a time lapse. This looks like shit. Kept blowing through this fucking garbage piece of metal. Couldn't get a good arc on it. I don't know. Whatever. So dumb. But whatever. It's together. And put a couple tacks on the front to that one busted off too, just to keep that flat. I don't know, I keep putting heat into it and it keeps wanting to warp, but whatever. These are painted, but I'm gonna have to do another coat. You might be able to see it. It's eggshell and particulated. They were fine until I didn't have enough paint on this one, and then I had to refill, and I was like, oh well, I'll just put the rest of the paint on there. And I mean, this one's looking a little better now. But you can still see the eggshell kind of look. Orange peel, whatever you want to call it. And I don't have a goddamn table to use. Everything's filled. I gotta move shit around. So here's what the front end looks like right now. It's pretty good. Does this look any better now? It's still got a lot of orange peel in it. Yeah. I'm gonna have to do one more coat on this. This one too. Well, battery died there, but I did have an extra one, but yeah, so I'm gonna clean these up a little bit. It does still need a little bit clean. And wax and grease remover and then paint them. So we'll do that now. what's going on here. Alpha 1 way thick there, but it's splotchy. It's like I didn't get all the grease off of it or oil off of it. I don't know. I mean, you can't really tell on camera, but in person it does not look hot. So I'm gonna let it dry and put another coat on it. Man, today is not my day for painting. Usually not this terrible, but holy. Alright, those are done. Those are done. Just don't look too good. But whatever. Look at that. You can see it, yeah. Whatever. Today's not my day. Not my day today. All right, now I'm gonna weld this in place. I don't know. It's gonna look like shit. Whatever, we'll do it. It looks like shit. All right, we're back the next day. I've calmed down a little bit. We got our labels in. He went in and cut this bar off. We were gonna end up pulling a skid steer next to it and using a tag along or ratchet and binder to pull it out. But yeah, it was too bent, so he cut it off, put it in that vise over there, straightened it out. And I gotta weld the sides and the bottom to the center there. Then on this side, he fixed this one. It's still a little bit more bent than the other side, but it's fine. He just used some wedges to bend it out. Then where's the hood pieces?
Outside.
I gotta respray the sides. No, they're not. They're not good. I'm telling you, I saw what they looked like yesterday. They weren't good. I mean, it looks fine in the sun, but I know there's a hard line right here.
There's nothing there.
I know there is.
So they're out here baking.
They actually don't look too bad when you step back. This is a little bit pixelated, kind of rough there. You could see this splatter.
It's not a new fucking machine.
I know, but I want to make it look nice so we can get good money for it. You want to make it look like it's a $10,000 job, although it's done by me. What else? Let's see. Let's check out the Bondo job. So what we did, how I was all pissed off at those pieces that I had to weld and it looked like garbage.
Oh, did you already paint it?
Primered it, painted it.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the Bondo cracks, but it don't look too bad. It's whenever you look on.
No, it just painted that. Now you.
It's fine. When you look there, you can tell it's rough.
You don't look in there.
I know. Not until the next guy pulls it off. Yeah, probably never, honestly, unless one of those lines break.
So this is gonna be.
So then I gotta get one of the.
We ain't worried about that.
Well, not right now. This will be next
So
week.
anyway, you gotta tack that, and maybe can we square that up and then put that a piece in there to hold that?
Why does it keep bending up?
Well, I had to cut it because it was rolled this way. See how I cut it?
Yeah, I see it from this side.
So that has to be about like something like that, square. There's gonna be square. You gotta put a piece in there to hold that.
That'll be fine.
And that's.
And then
We want to worry about the other side. Just tack this side and not tack like we other that one.
and then just Bondo it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we'll work on the body, rest of the body. So try to get this stuff done for the weekend, and then probably next week's going to be painting the whole body, painting the arms.
Done, other side done, get that front wheel so we can put the wheels on it and move it around.
Yeah, we want to paint here, this side of the outrigger here.
Do you want to do that, leave that there, or take that off?
If it's easy to take off, I'll probably take it off, but
Let's pull it down. Should say clean it up and paint it there.
then I gotta tape up all the windows too. I gotta tape up around here. And what we could do too is take this off, or hit that with a wire wheel, get it shiny again, and use, that's aluminum, ain't it? Wait. What is it? Steel?
Steel.
It is steel? I was gonna say we could use that aluminum bright wherever it is. Somewhere back here.
And black, that's all.
Yeah, that'd be fine. All right, well, I'm gonna eat my lunch here, and then we'll get back to doing things. All right, so got all the logos out, decals out, taped up on the wall, just to get them like unfurled, because they roll them up when they ship them. So these are obviously for the hoe, the extender hoe. This one goes across the back window, I believe. It's right there. Ooh, yeah, right there, I believe. It's either there or up front on the top. I think it's in the back though. These two are for the hood. Those two go on the boom. These two go on the fenders. And then 4x4 in the Series 2. You can see the Series 2s right there on the not battery box, but fuel box, whatever. I don't know where the 4x4s go. I mean, if they have them put together like that, they usually go right next to each other, but yeah, I think it'd go somewhere here. Maybe move Series 2 down and put 4x4 Series 2, or the 4x4 goes somewhere else. Let me look around here. I don't see it. I don't see it. Well, I'll pull up some photos online of a nice clean machine and see where they put them. The one thing about these guys is that they usually include all these like little warning decals like this. These, the ones I taped off over here, these guys, they usually include those on one big sheet, but they didn't include it for this one. So I'm glad I saved those and just taped them up, and we could leave those on. But there's probably a couple that, like these ones in the rear, these ones back here got to come off, and I got to find, we got a stash of them over there, but I got to find these crush hazards. We probably got them. We probably got one or two, because we don't always use the extras, or we don't always have to replace the warning ones. But yeah, see, here's one for the front. Crush hazard, yeah. Oh, so this is a different one. This is a different one that goes all the way across the back. Maybe I could just use that and that one. Even though it's not depicting the hoe part, which kind of, kind of makes me angry, because it's not that part of the machine that you need to watch out for. It's that part. But I'm gonna set you guys up here, and I'm gonna weld up this. Put this little plate in here, and then weld this little tang on here, like he said. Put that in there like that, so it'll pull together. Or I might even be able to get away with just, no, that's too much of a gap. I can't just weld that up. That would look bad. But wheels aren't, they look fine, I guess. But that, like that right there, that fucking, man. Yesterday was not my day. I'm a little mellowed out today, but man, everything that could go wrong yesterday went wrong. Even though they're like, oh, it's nothing, it looks fine. To me, it doesn't. To me, it was annoying. But we'll pick back up here whenever I get these start welding. It ain't much, but it's honest work, as they say. So there's a couple little pinholes I got fixed, like right there. I mean, it looks gross, but it's dirty metal, and it's on the back side. So let me flip it over here and see what it looks like on the other side. Hot. Yeah, I mean, it don't look too bad. The welds went through. Maybe I need a little bit. Oh, actually, no, that's fine, because
Let's fold it over. But yeah, we got some good penetration there. Closed up that corner there. And then we're gonna Bondo it and paint it. And look at that. Put that little dent in right there from trying to tighten it down too much, but nothing a little hammer will fix, won't fix. All right, so next I'm gonna paint the wheels, these guys. I gotta grind and degreasing still. Yeah, I might wanna sand that drip, but we'll get to that. Let me get all this get up off, put the welder away, and then we'll get to paint. All right, so I lied. I ended up welding that little step back on. You know, it don't look too good, but little wire wheel, little grind will make it like all right. And then yeah, let's get to painting. Paint the wheels. If I got enough, I'll do the wheel wells and the outriggers, but I gotta clean those off first. So let's get to it. All right, I wiped these all down with wax and grease remover. I'm not going to use my little jerry rig template for this. I'm gonna actually tape these ones up so that because these are the ones. This is the side that's on the outside. I want to make sure it looks good. Wax and grease remove this. Wax and grease remove the arm. Same thing on the other side. So I'm gonna mix up some paint and, well, tape these off first. Then I'm gonna mix up some paint and get to that. And look at these guys out here. That used to be, yay, almost nipple height over there, and now it's below our grade. They're getting a lot of dirt out, but let's get to taping these. All right, so here's what we got now. Painted the wells, painted the side of the outrigger, painted all the way around the axle.
Hey, Tony, you don't need any of it. What's that?
There's a couple runs. Again, I'm always getting runs. I'm not a very good painter. I'm not a painter, I'm not a welder, I'm not a fabricator, I ain't a mechanic, I ain't none of that shit. I just do it. But a little bit there. I'll come back afterwards. Fix that. Then over here, same. Just got some paint on it so we can put the wheels on, and that's what he was busy doing right here, is cleaning up all the lugs, or the nuts, I mean, lug nuts. Oh, lazy man hack.
You notice how I painted that in the little time lapse, and I painted this one in the little time lapse here. It's fine. Paint over it and get a paper towel with some acetone on it. Be careful though, because you don't want to touch your good spots, and then just wipe off the paint where you don't want it. You can see I was doing that too here. Oh, I gotta get that right there. Gotta get it before it's super dry. But you know, you could probably do it tomorrow and it'd be fine. But I want to get rid of it earlier than later, or sooner than later, just so you don't forget, basically. But let me touch that, and then we'll go take a, actually let's walk out there right now. So he's got the wheels out here baking in the sun.
I bring a shell from
These ones look a lot better than the other side. No runs, but they are checked up because they're the outside. But you see what I mean? There's a little bit of checking on there, but it'll be fine. It'll look good. Maybe not a $10,000 paint job, maybe a $5,000 paint job, but hey, it is what it is. There you go. But, yeah, pretty simple. And we've got to let all this dry, and then tomorrow we'll throw the wheels back on. We could put the boom down, we could take the bucket off. Gotta put the let's check on the hood. Actually, I have to put the hood back together. They don't look too bad. I mean, you know, there's some scrapes in there. You could see where it was rusted there. But yeah, you know, it's not gonna be perfect. If it was perfect, I'd be charging twice what we paid for it. But that's not what we're doing. We're just getting it to look nice. But we'll be back tomorrow, probably. Yeah, 'cause it's getting towards the end of the day, but we'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna throw the wheels back on, put the hood back together. Probably leave the hood off until I paint this the front arms, and the I don't know what you would call that, the exhaust cover area. This guy.
the hood. That's just part of the hood.
Yeah, it's not, but
You said when you got the bell burning or whatever.
yeah. So we'll be back tomorrow. All right, so we had to. So we're looking at the super end here. I had to fix the, well, not fix the wiring. We accidentally left the wire off for this little switch here. You see how that switch is there? This little guy. So that is telling you when your seat is locked in the correct position. And we left a wire off of that. So basically, whenever I don't want to start it right now because I have a couple things off of it. But basically, when you start the machine and it's in park, or you know your parking brake's on, whenever you hit your front and reverse, it'll give a little buzz beeper. That's letting you know your parking brake's on. And then whenever you flip your parking brake off, that should stop. So your parking brake's off, and then you put it in forward, reverse, that buzzer shouldn't happen. Well, it was happening. So that minor thing, we just had to put a wire on, connect the wire up. But that's good. But now we were playing around with running around in the lot, and I noticed that the brakes were a little squishy. So I was like, huh, something's up with that. Well,
if you look in there, let me get my light. You see that? You see how it's cloudy? And you can even kind of see it on the sight glass here. Oh, you might be able to see it. You can kind of see it on there. It's cloudy, like it's got water in it. So I'm gonna have to drain this and replace all the hydraulic fluid, and that should bring back the brakes. Then shit, what else? Friday, kind of sporadic. I had to do some other things this morning, so I didn't even really get to do any work on anything. So I'm probably gonna come back here tomorrow, drain that, put more fluid in, and then I'll pull off. I don't know if I'm gonna pull the front off, and then I'll start painting the rest of this, taping it up and painting it. But I got other things going on right now, so I'll be back. All right, I'm back. So watch here. I'm gonna back this off. Yeah, see, that's water coming out of there. That's not hydraulic fluid. So somehow some water got in here. So let me back this off. Yeah, look at that. Oh, no wonder the brakes were squishy. Anyways, I'm gonna have to watch this because this might overfill here. So I'll be back here after I drain it. Yeah, so I got it dumping into our, look at that. Milky. I don't know. He said he checked it. I should have known. He said the sight glass wasn't working. I was like, I don't think so. I think something's wrong with that. So the sight glass is a little dirty too. You can see in there. So I'm gonna pop that off too and clean that out, so you can actually get a good reading on it. Then I gotta run and grab, I don't remember how much this takes. I think it's 15 gallons, something like that, of hydraulic fluid. I think I got one here. Yeah, I got one there. 1, 2, ooh. Get the last little bit. And then I gotta go, I think I'm gonna need 10 gallons, maybe more. So we got one over here, is that one right there? No, empty. Empty. I got one and it's not even full. Probably 3/4. More than 3/4, but not too much more. So I gotta drain the rest of it out, because that didn't even get it all out. Drain the rest of this out. Maybe, I don't know, maybe flush it out with diesel or something. I don't know if that's a good idea. I'll call the boss, see what he says. And then I'll clean out that little sight glass too. Yeah, so I popped a little sight glass down, or sight glass out. You can see it's cloudy, but it should be easy to clean. I just gotta pop, I think I popped these 2 bolts out, and then inside there's an Allen. You see in there, maybe you can see in there. There's an Allen. And I should be able to get the tube out. Might not even need to take the tube out, might just wanna pressure wash down the center of it and it should be fine. But I'm gonna pop this off. It's pretty simple. Just these 2, and then it's got these bolts, pass-through bolts.
clean those off. And then you're probably gonna have to replace these O-rings that are there on the back and on the front. They look a bit too far gone. So, and it's still coming out. And he said he's gonna flush it, so I don't know, he might just flush it with hydraulic fluid. That's what I think he's gonna do. Oh, I missed a call from him. I'm gonna call him back here. All right, yeah, so I got the little screen out. Sight glass. Yeah, that's dirty. That's dirty too. So I'm gonna clean these both out. We'll be back. All right, so I cleaned it off. Cleaned it out, I mean. That's what it should look like. You should be able to see right through it. Okay. Oh, that's on the outside, that's okay. But yeah, just taking some purple power, a little scrubby brush. Tiny little scrubby brush and run it through like that. Let's do that. We'll clean it off. Get all the scuzz and stuff out of it. And then I'm gonna replace these O-rings that were in here, put it back together, bolt it back up. So we'll be back. All right, so I got some fresh O-rings, and I cleaned this guy off a little bit with this little baby wire wheel, the Dremel wire wheel. Where's it at? Right there. I'm almost, it's almost gone now, but yeah. So these are good. These O-rings are good. I might just replace them anyways. If I got the right size, I might do it. So what I gotta do is put the glass tube back in, and these two are Allen in on each end to hold it in place, and then these two are the top ends, the top caps. And then these 4 O-rings go on these faces. Right there. I cleaned those out too. So that should be good now. Let me put it back together, see what it looks like. All right, so she's back on and much clearer. So you'll actually be able to read that now. I replaced the O-rings, these guys. And I don't know, it kind of helps a little bit because it's hard to keep those O-rings on the surfaces, so took a little grease. Just a little grease, get it on your fingertip, run the ring through your fingertip, and it should keep them in there a little bit better than them just sitting inside of it. But that's good now. He's gonna have to flush it, and I gotta go somewhere, so that's it for now. We'll be back, and I gotta go edit the brush cutting video. I haven't even edited it yet, and that's supposed to come out tonight, so I gotta get that done. But I'll see you on Monday. Okay, I lied. One more thing before I go. I had to check. I couldn't resist. I put a little bit of hydraulic fluid down through it just to check. Nice and clean, nice and clear. So the water's out of it. That's good. It's probably still a little bit stuck in the cylinders, but we'll run it through a few times, drain the oil, put more oil in, make sure there's nothing in it. But I gotta get going. See ya. All right, we're back here on Monday. We got the hood put back together, bolted up. You know, you just squint and it looks good. Just don't look too close here. I'm gonna repaint that section, because that's when I ran out of paint and it's so obvious there. So I gotta do that again. Probably this whole panel right here. But got her back together. I'm gonna have to paint the top there. And then I think we're gonna leave this toolbox off, because that's where these logos go. Those logos over there, the 4x4 Series 2 ones. And I mean, I could put them on the box, but that's also gonna be another day of me repairing that, which We don't need to do it. Even though I'd like to have it. I'd like to have the little toolbox on there to look nice, but yeah. I got other things to do today. I gotta trying to work on getting a house. So I gotta do a bunch of different estimates and look for things and see if it's what we want to do. So that might be the next project, is home refab. We'll see if this is how good I am at doing these. Ooh, homework is gonna be rough. And I had another estimate this morning, but I gotta find this little nubbin. He's looking for it right now too, for the gas strut. So find that, and then I don't know. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have some time actually, and I'll paint that, and then I'll paint that. Although this don't even really need it. Right here, it's not too bad here. Down here is where it's rough, so I still might have to paint that. That box needs painted, the other side box needs painted, all the outriggers. Well, the insides are good. This side needs done. But yeah, you'll see what gets done. All right, so just pulled the bucket off. Just kind of got the labels off. A little bit. Just scraped most of it. Scrape these off, scrape the grippy bits, grippy tape. Getting this one's back here off. And look next door. Look at that. That's now like probably what, 6 feet below here, 8 feet below here.
So again, try and keep up.
I mean, it looks real good. They're putting in topsoil, so it stinks here. But what I'm gonna do today is probably tape up all the stuff in the front and get ready to paint, and hopefully I'll have enough time to paint. And then
Right here. All you gotta do is cut that out right there. Put that in there.
what's this from?
That's what just I found it over there on the desk.
Alright. We'll torch that out, or grind it out, torch out.
That's way. Fill that in right there.
It's pretty thin now.
Huh?
It's pretty thin. I might.
No, just fill it in. You can fill it in. And that's it. I mean, then we'll take the cutting edge.
We gotta get a new cutting edge for it, and I gotta flip it over and check these welds on the other side, or actually these welds. I don't remember which one it is in the inside of the bucket. Gotta re-weld those up, and then we're mostly done here. Paint back. Oh, I gotta bang out the bucket, this rear bucket a little bit, but I'm gonna throw the drone up and get some video next door because it looks neat. It's a lot, big change.
conspiracy debunker Mike Rothstein. Still waiting on that high-speed train here in the U.S.
Anyways, so I went, and before I pulled off all the adhesive, I just measured off some stuff, just so we get the decals back where they were. And from my measurements, they aren't quite exact. At least this rear one isn't. And the front one is hard to tell anyways, because it's the same thing but flipped, mirrored, whatever. But left side, the 4 inches back, 2.5 from the top and bottom on the 5, 2.5 on the L, and then the back doesn't necessarily matter. I should have measured it anyways, but as long as we get the front stuff right, it should be good. I measured it on this one. So on the right side, we're 13.5 off, 2 inches from the top, 1 inch from the bottom, 4 inches from the rear gusset. Oh no, from the front gusset, the front, this little guy here. And so I'm measuring from here straight down, basically getting level on that down and then level on that up. And then I'm measuring from right here. And then on this side, we're doing this gusset here, measuring from here, out to the L, trying to keep it straight and then down instead of doing it at an angle. Then I'm measuring from the top, bottom, and then same thing on this side from there. And then our measurements on the rear are from here, this edge of the extend-a-hoe, there out to here. That's 1/2 inch on both sides. Then we're measuring from the lines, the straight lines here, this distance. Then we're doing this distance from here, from this straight line from here, and then from A on the top and on the bottom. And then from the rear, straight out to the edge here. Same thing on this side. Then we're doing from here to here, from here up. Then we're doing the same thing, going to the A, top and bottom, and then 1/2 inch out on that, and then this and this. And I think this is 4.5 or what, let's look. So for this left side here, that's 4 inches and then an inch and a half from the bottom. I measured on the C actually, on this side. Top of the C, 2.5. And then out here, we've got 4.5 and 1 inch. So it's a little, I don't know if it's, because I think it's squared, but it does look like this side does kind of balloon out down a little bit here more. Let's find out. I got a tape measure right here. Yeah, so this is 11 inches up here. And is this, it's 11 inches too. So yeah, whenever they put it on there, they put it a little cattywampus, but it's fine. And on the right side, we've got 3.9 and 1.6, so it's just a little bit off from these numbers. And I'm measuring to these bars. Oh, yeah. Here they are right here. So I'm measuring from those bars up and the bars down. Same thing over here, bars up, bars down, then the A and then the C. I should have measured from A and A, but as long as the bars are right, then the rest should be good. 2.5 from the A, 4 inches from the top, 1.1 from the bottom. See, that doesn't quite make very much sense, but that's what I'm getting here. And then 1/2 inch off. Oh, this is the other side, yeah. 1/2 inch off from up here. So just, we don't do this every time, but I want this one to look really nice because I want to make sure we get good money for this one. So I'm gonna make sure everything's in place. And that's another thing too. They didn't send us these labels, and I need to replace those. So I might try to source those somewhere else, or I might cut up another label that we have that might fit there that has the same thing, because all we're really looking for is the crush hazard. And I could probably cut off, because the ones that I have in the shop here are these ones where it has the front loader instead of the hoe. So I could just cut off the front loader part of it and it'll kind of work, but you know, you'd like to show how it's gonna hurt if you're gonna get hurt. But got all that done. So now I'm gonna go over with the little eraser Johnny, this guy here. And you can see I kind of started right there, and then I realized, oh, I could just stop right now and just take some measurements real quick, and it'll be easy for whenever I come back and do it later. So I'll do that. The series 2 ones don't necessarily matter because we've got the 4x4 above it. So that's going to be kind of up to me to measure myself. I'll probably just do like the same thing that they do here, where it's like an inch off of here, give or take an inch from there, and then an inch from there. But let me get to pulling all the adhesive off this, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all gone.
All right, so got all the little labels off, got all the adhesive off. You can still kind of see the where it's sun bleached, the part where, or it's sun bleached the part where the decals on are. Took that one off. Took the back off here. Boom, boom. Took the back off here. Took all the gator tape that's on here. Took all these off. And took the gator tape off of there too. And we also went around and put some orange tape on the lines that the hydraulic lines we're gonna replace. I think there's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no, there's more than that. There's 12. This guy, that one, that's 10. This one's good. 11. So it's 11. I thought it was 12. Must have miscounted, but 11 lines. Yeah. So, oh, let me get that off too. Actually, while I'm looking at it, there's a little bit there. And then we can put some more reflective tape there. And then it's time to tape up some stuff. I don't know what I think I might have to clean all this off first. There's a lot of dirt and grease on the front arms. Clean all that off and get ready to paint the front and this part of the hood. And sides, these guys. Yeah, so I'll probably do all this in one. I'll do these 2 side panels, the hood cowl arch there that doesn't move, and the arms. So since these lines are getting replaced, I don't really have to worry about taping these up. These ones are fine, aren't they? Yeah, these ones are already done. So these ones I'll tape up. These ones I won't have to do anything to. Probably pop this off, pull these back and hold them up like I did on the last one. All the hard lines, keeping all the hard lines, gotta cover those up. And then I'll cover this hood for now. And then whenever I paint all this, I'll lift this back up, open the hood, and then I'll repaint this side of the hood. Cause it ain't looking hot. Oh, you know what, actually, I might as well do this now. I'll cut this out. Cut that out and then weld that in. Because it's little. I cut out that little piece. And is this cool now? Yeah. And then I cut this piece out to go right in there. And I'm going to try to bevel this edge a little bit so it'll have somewhere nice to sit, and then weld it up. Alright, so cut her out, ground some edges. I got to fill this part in here. Probably run a bead along that so that it'll have something to sit on. What? I said I'll run a bead along that so that that'll have something to sit on. See if it fits. Kind of looks like it's a little too small, but don't put it in the water. Don't put it in the water. Just we'll sit. Let it sit and let it cool off. Yeah, so it looks like it's got quite a bit of space on its side. It should be all right. I'll just have to put in a bunch of passes. So I'll get to that now. Ran out of wire, but we're getting it in. It's not too bad actually. I'll have to do like another, after I get it all welded in, I'll do another pass after that to make sure it's nice and thick and I get a good penetration on it. But you can go get me some wire now. Where do you think it's from? Where? Vulcan, Harbor Freight, cheapo. Just get the .35. All right, so it ain't perfect, but it'll hold. I just put a couple more spotches where there were little pinholes, and I'll grind it down a little bit, not too much though, because this is just gonna get worn out anyway. So, and then I'm gonna have to flip it over and probably do some welding in there. I don't know if you guys can see, because I can't really see what it looks like, so we'll find that out tomorrow though. I thought I made the power go out, but no, it was just raining out and it made the power go out. But we're gonna clean up, come back tomorrow. Actually, I'll do this real quick. I'll put a couple welds right there so I don't have to pull out the water again tomorrow. All right, so let's check this out. Look, you know, it looks like you know, we did a professional removal of the glass back here. You know, completely fine. We just took it off like it's supposed to be taken off. No, that's not what happened. He went to put this outrigger down to lift this up a little bit. It popped right out. Popped out. Bounced. What did you say? Bounced a couple times. Bounced here, bounced over here, landed here. Didn't break. So, thank God, for one. And two, this glass is strong. What? Oh yeah, about $800, $900 for this because it's curved. Well, we're lucky. I wonder it was replaced before and they just did a shitty job.
Yeah, because this is all the sealant that was on there. It was like sporadic.
You could even see it on here. It's not a straight line, so it wasn't put on with a
applicator. It was put on out of a tube or something. But yeah, that's, whew. I went out to go get some. You think that one's been placed here? I went out to go get some more tape, so you can see what we're doing here. Just taping everything up that's not going to be orange. So I'm going to have to get this up here, get that cylinder. I think I'm going to paint the hard lines, the exposed ones up here, just to kind of prevent them from rusting any. But this is where I stopped off at. Gotta tape all these lines back here. These aren't too big of a deal to get paint on because they're under a cover, but still I'm gonna tape them up. Tape these ones up because these ones come out. I don't know, maybe I will just tape all the hard lines, but man, this is tedious. This is, what time is it? 3:30? This is 3 hours of taping almost since noon. And then I went to go get stuff. And oh, we got our battery box off. He primered that, so we're gonna put the battery box back on before we paint. Not bolt it down, just set it there so it'll just be uniform with this. I gotta tape up any of the little labels just so we don't get any overspray on them. Taped up this. Oops, careful where I grab. Taped up the air cleaner and exhaust. And then we're just gonna have this draped down so we don't spray over this. And then I'm gonna lift that arm up all the way and then I'm gonna respray that side. But gotta get all in here. Gotta tape this up. I might as well just take these all the way off and pull it out and then tape it. Then I'll be about ready to paint here. I gotta do all this stuff up here. But actually, you know what I'll do? I'll probably do this first. Do the top part of the hood and these side bits here, and then I'll lower this down and then do, or actually while I'm here, I could do the insides while it's up like this. I'll do these insides, and right behind me here, I'll do this, and then I could lower it down, and then I could paint the outside, and then I'll have much better, all that'll be a lot more accessible up here, because right now I'd have to stand on the tire, stand on that to get up there. But this is boring, not worth showing, so I'll be taping, and then we'll be back whenever I'm about to paint. All right, so finished taping up everything. And we did a little more priming. Primed that back off, sanded and primed the back. And this morning, I just waxed and grease removed all this section here and the same on the other side there. This side came off a lot better. Like all this stuff came off really easy down here. That side did not. So I might have to scrape it, but wax and greased everything. Gonna let it sit and dry for like 5-10 minutes, or longer than that, probably half an hour or something, just to make sure it's all really dry. Let me put some water down, as you can see, on the ground, so that when I use the sprayer, it's not kicking dust up. It's just simple. But I think I'm gonna do this section here first, right here, this up, maybe start this arm, do this cylinder. Probably gonna try to stay away from this, so I might stop here, or maybe not even do that until I put the whole thing down. That's probably a smarter thing to do, is just maybe do the cylinder, wait for this to come down so I can put that back and put the covers over top of that. And then arms, then I gotta prep all this up here after this side's done and this side's done. So after I finish painting this side, I'll move those canvas over to here and cover these wheels. And make sure this is all covered up here, because we don't want any overspray on the engine. And then now I've got to do this up here. So I'm probably going to use that guy right there. like this. Come up here, spray this side, and get to the other side, spray the other side. So we'll be back whenever I'm ready to spray. Where are you gonna put it in now?
Yeah.
Did you already put the adhesive on?
No.
Alright. So I guess we're gonna put that on now. But painted all this up here. How's this look up here?
Not bad, not great.
Painted these hoses because they're hard lines and, you know, harder to tape up. Plus it'll kind of look better once we get all the new soft lines on.
Hey, Georgie.
You can kind of see
Loads of love and
tube
money.
right here.
MediaMarketing.com/join.
But
Title track of Adjusting the Streets on the Cinder by Media Jazz Center.
it's a 30-some-year-old machine, or 27-year-old machine, old enough. We ordered one of those, and we ordered that little, it's called a stud for the hydraulic shock. I didn't end up covering these. It's fine, we'll just run it through a little bit. A little bit of dirt you won't notice. But, yeah. I'll be back when we're putting the window in. Alright, with some struggle we got it in. I'm gonna have to repaint a couple spots, but I put this in to hold this in, hold that in right there, it holds it a little bit. Put a little shim here, and put that up top there to hold that, press that together, and just tape some of the spots. I don't know, I'm not a window guy, not any of these things, but there it is, it's done. We'll be back tomorrow probably to paint the back. Alright, so we took some of the tape off. And that's what it'll look like up front here. Still a couple spots I gotta touch. See, like that. That's from scraping. The hoses were, I don't even know if it was the hose or it was this pin. I think it was this pin. Scraped there or something. But all those hoses that have, those two right there are the only two hoses that are staying up front. All these other soft lines are getting replaced. But yeah, that's what the front's gonna look like. And that's what it did. The rear looks like currently. Basically what the whole machine looked like right there. These outriggers and that arm. But yep, that's it for today. See you tomorrow. All right, spent the last 4 hours taping all this stuff up and cleaning all the grease off. So we're getting ready to paint it. I'm gonna have to do the bucket again, so I didn't even worry about cleaning that. But everything's taped up. The hoses that aren't taped up are ones we're replacing. And I'm just gonna be careful in there because I can barely get my hands in there to do anything. And everything's coated in grease, so none of the tape sticks to it. It's just making me mad, so we're just gonna get it with what we got now.
The door hanging open in the rain. I left your name on the table like a stain. I kept my face on the line when the lights went low. I kept the same old fault in the way I move. I put my hands in the fire just to test the proof. I kept the whole machine spinning after it broke. Now the clock's all lean and the floorboards shake. Now the frames jump fast and the heartbeats break. Now I move through the ash like I meant that weight. Now I stand in the wreck and I won't say sorry.
So this is basically what it's gonna look like, minus the cab. Still gotta do the cab.
I'm waiting on a couple things to come in. Not really, I gotta go waiting for things to come in so I can go pick those up and then get the paint, because I didn't get enough gray. I got the wrong gray actually. I got the new updated gray and I need the, I don't know where can is right now. I'm all loopy from all this paint fumes. This one, graphite gray. There's one can here. Probably gonna need another one, maybe two. But
yeah, so this is what she's looking like. I just ended up painting the bucket too because I had extra paint in there and did another coat on both arms. You saw I forgot to tape that up, so I had to pause to tape that. And then while I was mixing paint, while I was shaking a can up, which it's my fault. I was holding it by the stupid handle on it. Shaking like this, then doing this, and then the handle popped off of it and the can flew. So we've got a nice clean spot here on the floor where half the gallon spilled. But I mean, we covered it and put it in here. So I didn't use any of the floor paint on this, but it's still probably good because you're gonna run it through a strainer anyways. But yeah, so almost everything's done here. I painted this, I don't know where he put it. This little guy down here. Or whatever, it's this little connector bit here for locking the hoe up. And you saw this tape kept coming off, so I just came back and wiped it with acetone after. Which, you know, it's inside there, you're not really gonna see it, not a big deal. But yeah, it's all right. So I'm gonna do all this as one video here. This is my memory card's almost full up on here. The time lapses are a little bit easier on the memory, so it's not that bad for that. But gotta get this all together. It's already almost 5 o'clock, so I'm gonna have to go home. I'll be editing for a few hours, and then this will come out tonight, hopefully, if I don't pass out. But yeah, I noticed something. I missed a spot here. Right there. I'm gonna come back and get that. But it'll be easier once the outriggers are up. And I can do it with a spray can. It's no big deal. But yeah. I don't know. I still think I should redo this hood, but it's a whole thing to do. So I don't know. We'll see whenever I put these up. See if I get good access to it. Maybe I'll do it. But anyways, that's it for now. See you next week.